Hey everybody, what's going on? Got a new video for you. This time I am trying the iRobot M6 Mopping Robot. This is actually my brother's robot and I wanted to try it out on my hardwood floors and see how it would do. It is surrounded on 3 sides with carpet, so it's going to be a good test to see if it's going to run up on the carpet and get stuck or if it's going to sense it and back off. It should not do the carpet at all, obviously. It should stop itself, back up, and then continue on with the hardwood. I do have a little bit of a mess. It's not super dirty. This is drywall dust because I'm doing some work in the basement. So it's not very thick. It's more like a powder, so it should be able to get that up pretty easily. Now I threw down a little bit of popsicle in a couple random places just to see how it would do with that. I wanted it to dry and get sticky, but that's taking too long, so obviously it's going to clean that up easily. But yeah, this is my first time ever using this in my house. Hopefully it does a great job and makes these floors look like new again. Big test is going to be this drywall dust. I would think it can handle it with no problem. All right, let's get this guy started and see if it can handle it. Hey, buddy. We'll see if this leaves tire marks. That's been a huge complaint by a lot of people, especially my brother, and then a bunch of other people online complain about it as well. So rather than make this video long, I was going to record the whole entire run, but I'm just going to every once in a while come and continue the recording and show its progress. So I don't know how long this will take. It's just a small area, but it'll probably still take around 30 minutes, I would think. So I'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes and I'll show you how much it's done. Alrighty, it's been going for about 5, maybe 8 minutes since that last clip. It's done pretty much this section of the floor, as you can see. So far it seems to be doing a good job. So it's pretty cool in the way it works. If you happen to not know, here, I'll show you as it does it. There we go, going to the section that I missed. So basically it goes to the section, pulls up, backs up, squirts, goes a few feet past it. Well, again, not a good demonstration there since there's a wall to hit, but you get the idea. It basically squirts, goes over it, backs up, squirts again, goes over it. So it passes it 2 to 3 times as it turns around as well, because it only goes over about an inch or 2. So really it's mopping the same area probably 3 to 4 times. tell you what, iRobot made a cool looking robot. I like the looks of this. I think that's important to have a good looking robot. I love the light ring that goes. And I like the white. I think the white just looks really cool. They should make some other white robots, such as like the S9 or i7. That'd be cool. No, the S9 has the ring around it like that as well, and that's pretty much the only two that have it. The other ones just have the little tiny ring light around the clean button. All right, I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer, and another 5-10 minutes, I'll show you its progress. All right, this thing's working pretty quickly. We'll say one thing I noticed, it is actually very good at not going up on the carpet. Pretty much goes right to the edge and stops. Especially that line of carpet, it didn't go up there at all. Looking like it's doing a pretty dang good job overall. We'll do a final glance at the end and see how it looks. Like I said, I am borrowing this for my brother to try it out. Personally, right now, I don't think I'm gonna need one or buy one, just because the only flooring that I care about is this section right here. The rest of the house is cheap. The vinyl flooring, and then it's this fake tile that's already very, brown gray colors, so it's very hard to see dirt or anything on this anyways. However, I will say I definitely am going to change this in the future. I'm either going to do this style wood or tile it or something, and if I do that, then I could definitely see myself having one of these. I think it could be very useful. My brother's house has a ton of hardwood, so I could see it being very helpful there. But for me right now, just this small patch of wood, and then that tile in there, I just don't see a purpose for it for me. But like I just said, I think in the future, if I do change that flooring, I will get one. And heck, by then, the price of this would be cheaper, or there'll be even a new model out. Or possibly, I guess, a competitor model that could be better, but this thing seems pretty good. There's not really any mopping robots that you can say, go buy this instead of the iRobot. There really isn't anything even close to this. Most of the ones have a cheap little canister on the back of the robot vacuum, and then it just slowly drips onto the rag, and then pulls itself along. This thing actually sprays every few feet and then goes over it. And that's the big thing you got to do with messes is get it wet first and then go over it. So as you can see, it feels the carpet, and it goes up maybe a few inches, but that's about it. Let's see if it even feels wet. Not really. I mean, there's a slight dampness, but barely anything, so it wouldn't be any concern whatsoever about your carpet getting like real wet. So I must say, I am impressed by how it's not going up on the carpet and getting stuck or going further into the room and then realizing it. It has done a good job with that so far. All right, I believe this is close to done. I'll record one more time when it says it's done and take a look at the overall job. And then I'll give you my opinion on what I think of it. All right, the mighty M6 is done. Took about 30 minutes or so. It was the first time I'd ever ran in here. It's probably gonna be the only time. I just wanted to do a quick test and see how it did. Like I said, when I change my flooring later, maybe next year, I'll almost most definitely buy this or their newer version. I do find it useful. Let's check if I get any of the complaints. The biggest complaint, like I said before, was the tire marks. And then we'll see how well it cleaned up the spots and the drywall dust and all that good stuff. So, trying to get a good angle on this camera because I can see wheel marks myself, but I'm having trouble picking them up on camera because this floor is shiny. All right, what the heck? Let's see. It's very hard to show you guys this, but like right there in the middle, see that those streaks right on the light there? Right there too on the light. Like I said, it's hard to show you, but I can see it on the floor myself. So it definitely leaves tire marks. And this is fully dried as well, so they're gonna stay there until the next cleaning. To me, it's not a huge deal, but there's a lot of smearing with the tire marks, but I am not able to show you on camera for some reason. And that's just one set of tire marks there. This is probably the most. There we go, you can see it right there. This is probably the one you can see the most. But this is just one small section. They're kind of everywhere. Like I said, not a massive deal. It still cleans the floor pretty good overall. Let's see how it did on the drywall dust. Looks like it did a good job. You know, it missed. I guess those were a little bit more caked on areas, which I can just scratch off, I'm sure. So I don't blame it for that. It's not a big deal. But it did get all the other smaller drywall dust. I'm really trying to show you these tire marks because I can see them. You can see one right there. Yeah, now you can see them. There's a good angle. And that's going to be visible all the time because it's done drying. So more tire marks than I would personally like. It did do a very good job once again staying off the carpet. All right, well, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. I borrowed it from my brother, like I said. I just wanted to do one run and just see how it does overall. Overall, I mean, it definitely cleaned the space. It looks much better than it did. So I give it a thumbs up. It's a cool looking robot. It works well. There's not many of these robots on the market that do mopping only. And right now, it's probably the king of mopping. So I'd say buy it. Especially if you have more hardwood than I do currently. I think it's a good deal. And I believe it's $4.49 right now at Bed Bath & Beyond. And it might even be cheaper for Black Friday somewhere. I don't know though. If you like this video or found out some new information on it, please do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe. And let me know if you have this robot and how you like it. And let me know if the tire marks are a deal breaker for you at all or not. I mean, obviously this had no tire marks on it before, and I probably could have cleaned it in a couple of minutes with a handheld mop. And now I'm stuck with tire marks that you can see pretty clearly. Not on camera for some reason, but I can see it. So, it's a tough one. If you have the money and hate mopping, I'd say get it. If you have a small area like this, I would say just mop it by hand. I think overall it might do a little bit better. But on a big area, where mopping is going to be a pain in the butt and take a long time, I'd say this is a good overall item to have. Alrighty, well that's all on this guy. Like I said, maybe later I'll buy one. And if I do, I'll do a lot more reviews on it and challenges for it and stuff like that. Alrighty, have a great day. See ya.